books can't escape from the cold of morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother. You know how we do it.
Steam play.
All right, everyone, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Saturday, January 31st. We're ready for a great sports betting day with the Sports Money Network. We're going to roll out some shows here right now, including our previews here in just a moment of the NBA and NHL cards here for a Saturday. We've got a nice 6-game card, the NBA. We've got a huge NHL card. We roll on in here to the Olympic break. Just 2 more slates before we get ready for Olympic hockey here on the Sports Money Network. You know, we'll be previewing some Olympic hockey here along the way, but also coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Pacific time, we'll have our college basketball preview show with Mikey Money and Connor Mack. Get you ready for the college basketball day here on the Sports Money Network. So settle in with me as we take a look at the pro sports here, and then we'll lead into our college basketball show at 11 a.m. Eastern and 8 a.m. Pacific. That'll be followed by later on today with our coverage of UFC 325 from Sydney, Australia tonight. The first fight is, I believe, scheduled to go off here at let me get it straight here. 5:15 Eastern, 2:15 Pacific time with UFC 325 Volkanovski versus Lopez 2 on Saturday, January 26th here from Sydney. And we'll have the main event, of course, here tonight as well with the featherweight championship as Alexander Volkanovski goes up against Diego Lopez in a rematch from their fight last April in Miami, won by Volkanovski by unanimous decision. The 2-time champ squares off against Lopez, who had to fight Gene Silva and won last September at UFC Noche in San Antonio to get back here to take on Volkanovski again for the featherweight championship and a great fight card as well here on Saturday. So make sure you join us later today. All right, let's say hello to the folks and maybe get the proceedings started here so we can get to it with our huge NHL card. Man, big NHL card today. Hey, you can get more picks from me, including my college basketball selections today over at winnable.com/Ramon. Get my picks in college basketball. Of course, stay tuned for the
final
Connor and Mikey with the preview show here at 11 Eastern, but I'll have my plays out here today as well. Probably have a few updates with the card like today, and you can also get my update here in the UFC. I'll have a card out as well in UFC over at winnable.com. So make sure you're subscribed with me over there. And I think we'll have time at the end of the show anyway to have a drawing with anyone who comments in the chat. Get a free subscription from me for those plays. Why not ride with me for free for a month? You can do so by winning the contest. All you have to do is comment in the chat, and I'll have you involved in the drawing here on Saturday. Okay. I'm going to get kind of rolling here with the show, although we do have this just in here right now. We do have a cancellation today already in college basketball. Samford and Western Carolina. This game has been postponed. It'll be played tomorrow at noon Eastern and 9 Pacific, but one cancellation is in here today, and that is between Samford and Western Carolina, a board game here. I think it was already postponed overnight or from yesterday. They knew this was coming, but I'm just seeing it or being reminded of it anyway here right now. This game postponed. Okay, and we'll get you plenty of steam as well here. That'll be our contribution to the college basketball coverage here today. All right. Get ready to go here right now, but first we'll recap just a little bit of the action yesterday. How about the Michigan Wolverines over Michigan State, 83-71. Wolverines led by 18 in the first half, had to hold on a wild comeback by the Spartans, but Lunenburg with 26-12 for Michigan. They went on to win. VCU over Loyola of Chicago yesterday, 89-75 in that one. As Loyola led early by 15, ended up losing by 14. This is a pattern we talk about every day on the show because I just find it so interesting. St. Louis improved. Another impressive win for St. Louis yesterday as they drubbed Dayton. We did have the over as our pick here on the morning steam. We had a lot of good winners yesterday here. Fairfield and Iona game to go under. That was a winner here on the morning steam show. Also did have a winner yesterday here on the morning steam show with Nevada over UNLV late last night. Also, Grand Canyon defeated Boise State 86-69, snapping Boise State's 4-game winning streak. Villanova outlasted Providence 87-73. Fairfield beat Iona 71-70. That was our under there that we mentioned as the Stags won in New Rochelle for the first time since 2007. All right, and there was one other postponement on the college basketball card. East Tennessee State and Wofford was also postponed. I think we also had that one was already previously postponed. So East Tennessee State and Wofford was another postponement today. There, that's 6:39 and 6:40 as East Tennessee State and Wofford is another postponement here today. That one will be played tomorrow. All right. Also, we had a winner here on the show yesterday with the Chicago Blackhawks in the NHL and winners in the NBA yesterday on the Morning Steam Show included the New York Knicks over the Portland Trailblazers. We had the Celtics over the Kings. We had the Grizzlies and the Pelicans game to go under yesterday as our winners here on the Morning Steam. But we did have our one premium pick over at Winnable was a winner. That was the Nets and the Jazz game to go under. We had that one. We had the Nuggets on the Morning Steam as well, and the Pistons and the Warriors game to go over, part of another successful day. So the 3-day winning streak for sure here on the show for me, no question about it. All right. Let's say hello to the folks in the chat. Oh, you can use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off those plays today. You'll definitely get your money's worth here today when you subscribe over at winnable.com. All right. The folks in the chat are ready and warmed up, and I'm ready to go. Nuke is here today. Fernando's ready to go. We're looking at our soccer card. I just saw a goal here just moments ago with Sassuolo against Pisa here, and they lead 1-0. There's England Premier League coming up at the top of the hour with a 3-game slate. Also, right now in La Liga, no score here with Oviedo taking on Giron, and we've just had underway here moments ago a Bundesliga card, 5 games going off right now, and then one in 3 hours as well, part of the international betting slate here today. Flea Mathis is here. Johnny Walker's ready to get some winners. Johnny's here. Mike Humphrey as well. Good morning. He's ready for a big day. James Parham as well. Nuke has you locked down here. College basketball today. Good morning to Blake here as well. Nuke did hang on there. He said take Sparty there, but man, they came back and couldn't quite make it all the way back, and then the Wolverines pulled away at the end here. And Greg says, how come you didn't say anything about Joker and Murray was playing? No, but that one is later tonight, actually, with not Murray, though. Murray will probably make a comeback here anytime, I would imagine. But yeah, tonight it'll be basketball game with Joker back last night. Caught me by surprise, Greg. That's why I did not have that on my radar that Nikola Jokic was returning. It was not reflected in the line either. So remember, that line had actually moved on that information there yesterday with Joker returning. So the way I saw it is that information was not yet released. I mean, that the funny thing was the Clippers ended up going off the favorite in that game, right? So here's a goal by Oviedo right now. Philly Eagle Flyers here today as well. 1K protection firm is in this one. Fernando just loaded up on some German action. Hey everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Greg told us something here about Detroit and Brooklyn always winning on the road. Robert McCormick, good morning. Hello, D Money is here. Also, Stop Geo here today. He says type in a 69 in the chat to be eligible. Bars here. AJ Stoddsgill. Ready to go. Greg says, always bet the Celtics coming off a loss. What are you doing? Spenny is here. He's got some plays for us as well in that early game. Of course, they did move this Spurs-Charlotte game to 9 Eastern. We're going to preview it here right at the top of the board. Want to say hello to Tay's dad in there. Thanks, Tay's dad. You know who that is. That's our good friend right there. Great to see him in the chat. Billy Eagle Flyer says Flyers, Pens, Panthers, Canes, Sens, Leafs, Stars, a money line parlay in that one. All right, and here, yeah, no doubt, Spenny. But funny how the Clippers went off the favorite. I mean, we were on Denver, so I guess it doesn't matter, right? I mean, we were on the Nuggets here on the Morning Steam show. All right. And plant-based is here as well. Let's get started, man. We got no time to waste. We've got to preview 15 games in the NHL, or 14 or something like that, and 6 games here in the NBA before we get the guys in here to do the college basketball show here today to lead you right up to game time. All right, let's get it then. Spenny had the plays. Let's get started with that game. This is a time change from 3 Eastern to noon Eastern today with the Spurs taking on the Hornets here in this one, with the Spurs on the road, favored by 4.5, maybe 5. Here today, I think it's 4.5 though. Right now, industry-wide. And the total here at 227. All right. Hey, look, the Hornets continue to be impressive here right now. I know, like I said, it seemed like the public or the sharps all of a sudden had said, "Hey, this is what we've been waiting for. Watch out for the Hornets. They're going to start getting on a roll here," and they were right. The Hornets have won 5 straight games here right now. They've covered 13 of their last 17 games coming in. The Hornets have been hot, hot, hot. This is great news here for this team. Now, funny, they didn't cover in that last game against Dallas. Dallas actually got the money. There's one thing about superstars and new stars, and you'd think that getting the ball to Cooper Flag is what you wanted to do there if you were the Mavs in that last game, but it was so tough to get the ball into them, and also forced to take kind of a tough shot. It's sometimes you hope that even a new star could know, even though that was his game to win with his monster 49-point performance, get the ball to someone who's open. He had to force a shot, and that ended up costing him. Wow, we're going to have plenty of steam here. Let me just get rolling here before we start really getting into these games. I want to give a little bit of contribution to college basketball here today. Texas Southern is taking some steam here on the added board, on the extra board here right now. Texas Southern is taking some steam in their matchup here with Prairie View. Kind of an awkward one to start off with, but hey, Texas Southern was getting 2.5. They're down to 1 here right now. Texas Southern taking the steam against Prairie View A&M. Also, a few moments ago, Pacific in San Francisco. We did see some steam here with this one. And in that game, it was a total under here. Steam came in on the under. It was 138.5. We're down to 137 here with Pacific and San Francisco. Some steam to the under there in that one. Also, moments ago, we did see some steam come in here. South Florida and Temple. Some steam to the under in this one, man. What a card today. Temple, South Florida and Temple, steam to the under there. It was 157 down to 156 here in that one with South Florida and Temple. Also, steam to the under, Appalachian State and Troy. It was 138.5. We're down to 137 in this one. Steam to the under with Appalachian State and Troy. Also, steam to the over with Nebraska, Omaha, and Denver. We know Denver is an obscene. I believe they're 17-3 to the over this season. That total was 158. It's up to 159.5 with Nebraska, Omaha, and Denver. Also, James Madison and Southern Miss steam to the under in that one with JMU taking on Southern Miss. That one was 145.5. The steam came in on the under here now, and it is 144 with James Madison and Southern Miss. College of Charleston and Northeastern. Here's some steam that came in to the over in that one with Charleston and Northeastern, two teams that are producing some overs here. It was 160.5, but we're up to 162 here with College of Charleston and Northeastern here on the morning steam. Also, Pittsburgh and Clemson took some steam earlier this morning on the total under. It was 135. We're down to 133.5 here, Pittsburgh and Clemson. And I think we'll get rolling here now. We got one more here real quick. Edwardsville took some steam in their matchup today. Edwardsville got steamed.
Steam play.
In their matchup with Southern Indiana. They were a 1-point favorite. They're up to about a 2.5 point favorite. And just moments ago, UC Davis and Bakersfield steam to the over here in this one. tonight, and it was 150. Let's see here. It was 152.5. We're up to 153.5 or more right now. Steam to the over with Bakersfield hosting Davis. All right. Let's get this one started here with the San Antonio Spurs and the Hornets. Hornets are winners of 5 in a row. They've covered 13 of their last 17 games. Coming into this one for San Antonio, they've won 5 of their last 7 games coming in. They come in off of a win at Houston last time out. San Antonio just 13-16 as a favorite this season. Charlotte's 22-15 as an underdog. San Antonio's, we know they've had a great season for sure, but this Hornets team is kind of the hot thing going here a little bit right now. Everyone talking Hornets basketball all of a sudden. Charlotte's gone under in 5 of their last 7. San Antonio's gone under in 5 straight games, but 6 of the last 8 games between these two teams have gone over. So will this roll kind of continue here for Charlotte and how good they've looked? I mean, not only are they winning, but they've even been winning here as a favorite a couple of times. Like I said, they did fail against Dallas. They did fail against Washington as a favorite, but maybe the dog roll just suits them just fine in this one, the way they're playing right now. Let's go to the chat and catch up with you guys and see what you have in this one. And here we go. Farmer Jake, good morning. Spenny's got Fox over 7 assists here in this one. And Robert's on the over here with these two. Public Enemies here this morning. Greg Gibson, the Gibson ratings here says, probably pretty much right on the number. Fernando's on the Spurs says, too much firepower right now. Who is going to stop Wemby in this setup? I got you, man, but for whatever reason, this Charlotte team is just playing so impressively here all of a sudden. And like I said, it was almost as advertised. It was like, this is coming. This is coming. I think this is what they were, it kind of looked like here, because all of a sudden Charlotte was, favored in some of these games. So look, I know who it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be Diabate, but he's not going to, or actually, I don't know. I think it's actually a tough matchup for Wemby. I'd almost want to go under in his props here with the Diabate out there. I don't know. Isn't Diabate one of the big best defenders right now? As far as I don't know, I think he's quite underrated. I mean, for what is expected to me, I think Diabate has been a big thing going here defensively for Charlotte. Also, the way they control the tempo. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. AOD's here. Okay, I see it now. What else? I'm trying to find some plays here. There's Public Enemy. He likes the Spurs to roll here, actually. Blake is on the Hornets. Terrell says Wemby 25 plus and the over here for a little parlay. Chris Warren's here today. Public Enemy says they'll smash them. Oh, man, I didn't know this. I'm actually on the Hornets. I'm on the Hornets here in this one, getting these points. Like I said, I just think the Hornets are playing so well right now, and I think they've looked terrific here, actually, of late. I'm taking Charlotte today here against the Spurs. Okay, call me crazy in this one, but I've got Charlotte here. There's no doubt the Sharps are on the Spurs in this one. So you guys in the chat, no doubt the Sharps have continued to pound this one all morning long, but I'm going to take the Hornets. Call me crazy here. Okay, don't call me crazy. Bar is on the under, and Chris is on the Hornets here as well. I think we just saw a goal here in the final moments of the first half in the Italian game here. Damon's on the Hornets as well. Terrell says Wemby will pile up the points in bunches. And Chris says sprinkle the Hornets even on the money line. So 2-0 Sassuolo there. Sassuolo just scored. All right, next up, we're getting to the afternoon action here right now, actually into the into the night card. Everything else is at night here. The Hawks are on the road taking on the Indiana Pacers. The Hawks are favored in this one by uh, probably 1.5 right now. I see a 2 out there still. The total 232, maybe 232.5 here in this one. It was the Atlanta Hawks who were hot coming in. They did lose last time out, but they were pretty hot there with a winning streak, no doubt, before they lost their last outing here to Houston, 104-86 at home. They actually got smoked pretty big time in that one. Meanwhile, for the Pacers, they've won 2 of 3. They come in here off of a win over Chicago, 113-110. Indiana's 15-10 at home. Meanwhile, Atlanta 15-10 against the spread at home. Atlanta 16-11 against the spread on the road. Atlanta is, however, just 8-14 against the spread as a favorite, so it hasn't been the best role for them necessarily here, but nonetheless, they are a slight favorite here on the road against these Pacers here. It's been a rough go for sure for Indiana right now is coming in here with a 12-35, a 12-36 record. Atlanta, meanwhile, 24-26 coming in. They've won and covered 4 of their last 5. They've covered the spread in 5 straight games, actually, against Indiana. Indiana's dropped 14 of their last 20. Also, they've failed to cover in 4 of their last 6 games. Indiana's gone under in 9 of their last 12 overall. Atlanta's gone under in 9 of their last 13. However, 17 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Still, with these two clubs, I think we've seen mostly unders here right now, at least for Indiana. Indiana 10-15 to the under at home, 16-25 to the under as a dog. I think Indiana could win this game, though, actually. I'm going to take the Pacers here in this one against Atlanta. These two teams did meet just 5 days ago. Atlanta did win 132-126 at home. They covered easily in that one, but I've got the Pacers here to win tonight. Give me Indiana at home in this one against the Hawks. Does anybody agree with me here, or is it going to be the Hawks continuing to roll?
Play.
All right. Little steam here right now in this one. And you got Ball and Toledo. Here's some steam to the under right now with Ball and Toledo. It was 147. We're down to 145.5 here with Ball and Toledo. Also, Robert Morris and Purdue, Fort Wayne. Seeing some steam here to the under in this one between Robert Morris and Purdue, Fort Wayne. It was 147. We're down to 145.5 here right now with Robert Morris and Fort Wayne. All right. Let's get back to the plays from you guys. Josh, he really likes the Spurs to win this one. The Spurs and the Hornets game, that's you sometimes you don't remember all the sporting events you went to, but sometimes I remember some more than others. Mostly when I was out of town going to different arenas, and I remember seeing that particular matchup. Oh boy, some 30 years ago, I want to say, or more, when on the Spurs had Robinson and Duncan, and I went to see him take on Charlotte. I think Grandmama was maybe on Charlotte at that point. So, all right. Chris says, there'll be snow interrupting things. Yeah, we're seeing lots of information here, actually. We're seeing some other changes in the Carolinas as well here recently. Greensboro and Citadel. This one is a time change today to noon Eastern, just reported here moments ago. Citadel and Greensboro time change to noon Eastern, and there was one other time change involved down there in South Carolina. Asheville and Winthrop also now a noontime start, 9 Eastern, trying to get ahead of the weather again. It's not ended yet. I mean, Wow. Okay. Spurs on the spread, Hawks on the spread. Philly Eagle Flyers looking for a Urona goal here in extra time. Public Enemy likes the Pacers on the money line. Greg Gibson ratings here has Atlanta winning. Bobby Mack is on the Hawks, so in this one, Barr is on the over. And let's see here. Oh, Chris says it's going to be. Chris says it looks like it's going to get canceled, huh? Okay. Oh, no one. The fans won't be able to get there. He said the players will be there. So no crowd in that game. Sounds rough out there. How about those college games too, huh? All right, Damon's going with the over here. There's a little grandmama reference for you from Chris. Charlotte comes back down to reality tonight, says Greg. And yeah, the early start there, right? Because of that. All right. And here's a little bit of steam right now between Montana and Sacramento State. We're seeing some steam here in this one to the under between the Grizzlies and the Hornets. The Hornets with my man Mikey Williams. Steam to the under here. It was 156.5 down to 154.5 here with Montana and Sacramento State. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now. I'm taking the Pacers there in that one. Man, I'm on a couple of home uglies here so far. Pelicans and Sixers action tonight here in Philly with New Orleans coming in. They're the hot team here. Out of these, well, Philly's won 2 straight. Let's give them some credit here. Philly with back-to-back wins over Milwaukee and Sacramento. New Orleans has won 3 of 4 and covered 4 straight. They're in off of a win over Memphis at home. Last time out is a 3.5-point favorite here. So let's see what you got here, though, with Pelicans taking on the Sixers. New Orleans has dropped 15 of their last 20, but they've covered 5 of their last 6. Philadelphia, meanwhile, despite those consecutive wins, have gone just 3-6 against the spread, their last 9 games overall. New Orleans has gone 10-2-1 against Philadelphia against the spread in the last 13 games. New Orleans has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall, but Philly's gone over in 8 of 12, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Philly has won 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams in Philly. This one's at 7:40 Eastern, 4:40 Pacific. I want to hear from you in the chat with the New Orleans Pelicans taking on Philly here tonight. Philly right now coming in 16-11 against the spread as a favorite.
Steam play.
Quickly, here's some steam right now with Stanford and Florida State. Here's some steam to the under in this one with Stanford and Florida State. I mean, these two teams have produced a few unders this year for sure. And right now, you've got this one 152. It's down to 151, maybe even a little bit lower here. Stanford and Florida State taking the steam to the under. Here's some more steam right behind it. New Mexico State and Kennesaw. We're seeing some steam here to the under in this one with New Mexico State and Kennesaw. This one's on the move here. It was 158.5. We're down to 157 or so with New Mexico State and Kennesaw steam to the under right now in that one. All right, let's see what you got here between the Pelicans taking on the Sixers here tonight. Pelicans been doing a good job getting the money here of late. They're hard trying right now. And we'll see how this one goes. You know, I like a lot of totals here today, and I think this is one that I'm going to actually be on here on the over.
Final.
I don't know if I like any game over at all in the NBA except this one. I've got the over here in this one with New Orleans and Philly today. Give me the over here at 231.5. I've got the over between these two. I think that's my only over I liked today, actually. The way things have been going with the unders of late, man. We've been all over it. Here we go with the chat in this one. See what you have with Pelicans and the Sixers. All right. Let's see here. Blake is on the Pelicans in this one. Spenny's got some prop action in there. 9 Legacy on the Sixers. Also, Terrell says going from New York to Philly right now can't be easy. Public Enemies on the Sixers. Greg Gibson says 120 to 111 in favor of Philly. And Chris Warren says, I'm going to have to pass. He was on the Pelicans there last night. Hey, we were on the Pelicans, but we were also on the under. We were on the under here on the show as our morning steam play there yesterday in that one. And next up, the Timberwolves are on the road here. Another time change here real quick. Bethune-Cookman and Alabama State. Time change to 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific in that one with Bethune-Cookman and Alabama State. I believe that is today. Yeah. Okay, here. Timberwolves on the road. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and they're taking on the slumping Memphis Grizzlies. Minnesota with consecutive wins here over Golden State, Dallas, and OKC. They covered them all. Memphis, meanwhile, in a losing streak here, once again, struggling mightily. Memphis has lost 5 straight games, going just 1-4 against the spread. They covered against Houston, getting 11.5, but Memphis is a dismal 9-19 against the spread as an underdog this year. Minnesota's not much better spread-wise anyway. We know they've got the much better record overall, but they really are not rewarded justly because they're usually laying too many points. And could that be the case again today, even against this sorry Memphis team right now? Minnesota here has gone 4-1 though against the spread. Their last 5 games on the road against the Grizzlies. Memphis is just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 at home. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Minnesota has gone over in 6 of their last 8 on the road, but under in 4 of their last 5. So maybe a little perplexing here, but maybe we'll go to the chat and see what you have in this one between Minnesota and Memphis. Here tonight in Memphis, if they can maybe get a game somewhere in here. Can Memphis possibly do it in this one? Let's see what you got in the chat. All right, here we go. The Gibson ratings here has it 118 to 112. Minnesota. Spenny likes Randall, 7 rebounds, 5 assists at plus 260 for a par, I think there. Blake says take the Grizzlies today plus the points here in this one. All right, and Robert here though is on Minnesota. There's some quick steam coming in here. But I'm on Memphis here, gang. I've got another home dog here on Saturday. Give me Memphis here plus the points against Minnesota here. Minnesota obviously looking pretty strong. Memphis is struggling. I'm going to take another ugly dog here at home, though. Give me the Grizzlies in this one. All right. Let's see here. Minnesota. Let me get this steam out right now that just, I think, Queens and Bellarmine. We're seeing some steam here in this one between the Queens Royals and Bellarmine. It was moved to the under here. These two teams going over quite a bit, Queens and Bellarmine, but the steam came in on the under. It was 166 for an opener, but man, we're seeing this thing way lower here right now, down to 163.5 or so with Queens and Bellarmine. That steam came in on the under. All right. Let's keep it moving right now. Okay, so we've got a little bit of news, at least to report, kind of on this next one about news, but this is an add-on game. It was the game that was supposed to be played yesterday between Chicago and Miami. It's being played tonight here at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific time. So you may have this as a write-in game. You may have already known about it because it was supposed to be yesterday, but there's no doubt that this game is being played here tonight, Chicago and Miami, with Miami favored here. Oh, where's the graphic? Okay, there it is. So you have the Heat here favored in this one by 4.5. The total 235.5 in this one. It's already gone down here a lot. Mostly because of the personnel-related issues here. When they originally put this total out, I believe it was 243 yesterday, or in anticipation of the game. But it has, obviously being played here tonight, but lots of people on the injured list in this game. For Chicago, you've got Giddey questionable, Emmanuel Miller questionable, Kobe White questionable, Jalen Smith questionable, Vucevic, he's doubtful. Zach Collins is out as well. So a lot of issues here right now with this game. For Miami, you've got Tyler Hero out of this one. Normie Powell is out of this one. Davion Mitchell is doubtful here. So just a lot of moving parts here, it feels like, with Chicago and Miami here tonight, making this one a little bit of a tough cap at this hour. But let's see what you have here in this one. Miami comes in here having gone 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games overall. They've won 3 of their last 4, coming in off of a win over these Bulls, 116-113 a couple of nights ago, hence the delay. They were stuck in Chicago there, I think. For that one, Chicago's lost 3 straight to the Lakers, Indiana, and Miami. Miami with recent wins here over Utah and Phoenix. Miami just 2-5 against the spread, their last 7 at home against Chicago. Miami's gone over in 6 of their last 8. However, Chicago's gone under in 4 of their last 5, and also they've gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road here right now. So see what you've got here with the Bulls and the Heat in a rematch here of a game just a couple of nights ago won by the Heat. They actually did cover the spread in that game. They were favored by 2.5, and they ended up getting the win there in that one by 3. Okay, let's see what you've got here with these two. And here we go. Blake is on the under here in this one. Robert on the Bulls. Spenny says Giddey in the lineup, or he's got Giddey to play for sure. That would be big. Although I don't want to say that so far that, Giddey's reemergence in the lineup, all of a sudden the Bulls have not looked very good upon his return. He maybe has looked good, but right now there's no doubt the Bulls with 3 straight losses and no cover as well in their game against Indiana. Greg likes Chicago here. 9 Legacy says Bulls on the money line. Public Enemy's got the over. Spenny's on Larson, 5+ assists. Good morning to our Toms in the chat. Fernando here on the Bulls, plus those points today. And a good morning to M the Great here as well. All right. Okay, let's see here. I guess I got to make my call here in this one with the Bulls and the Heat here today. And I'm with the Bulls here. I like the Bulls to hang in there today. Give me Chicago in this one. All right, and one more in the NBA with the Mavericks taking on the Rockets here tonight. With Dallas coming in here 19 and 29. They're on 3 straight losses here right now, including that last one, of course, against Charlotte. They had a chance at that last second shot. Meanwhile, for Houston here. They come in here off of a win over Atlanta, 104 to 86. The aforementioned win. Dallas just 17 and 13 against the spread on the road, but they are 18 and 14 as an underdog. Meanwhile, for Houston here, just 8 and 12 against the spread at home, 19 and 23 against the spread as a favorite. One of those teams that usually is laying a few too many points, really. So I'll go to the chat, see what you have here in this one with Dallas and Houston here tonight. For Dallas here, they've covered 5 of their last 7 games overall, but they are a dismal 1 and 10 against the spread in their last 11 games on the road. However, Houston just 4 and 11 against the spread in their last 15 games overall. Not only that, Dallas have actually won the last 2 meetings here. They won them. They won 4 weeks ago, 110 to 104 as a 7.5 point dog. The Mavericks won it at home. They also won 122 to 109 as a 6.5 point dog, although Houston did win their meeting at home 110 to 102. But who covered in that one? It was Dallas Mavericks. So they've covered all three games so far this season as the teams meet here for a 4th time. Dallas has won 13 of the last 19 meetings between the two, gone 4 and 1 against the spread in the last 5 overall between the teams. Houston's won 6 of their last 8. Houston's gone under in 8 of their last 9, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. So let's see what you have here. Dallas obviously plays Houston pretty tough here at this point. Houston, a team that just doesn't cover the number very well. They did last time, like I said, against Dallas here, but Dallas does play well against them. You got to try the Mavericks here again, don't you? Give me Dallas here plus the points. Did I take all the underdogs here today? Maybe I'm taking the dogs tonight. All right, here we go with 9 legacies on Dallas, Public Enemies on Dallas, Blake is on Dallas, Gibson ratings here. Likes the over, it looks like. And Mike says the Heat and the Bulls. 3 in a row. Terrell says Mavericks over. Seems like an easy one, actually. That's it for the NBA. Going to hockey next because we got to get off this card before the college basketball show with the guys at the top of the hour. Hey, Ball State is taking some steam right now in their matchup with Toledo. We already mentioned the total in that one. Now Ball State's taking the steam. They were getting 9. Now they're down to 8.5 here. Or I'm sorry, 7.5 here right now. Ball State just took the steam in their matchup there with Toledo. Fernando likes the over in that Dallas-Houston game. Wow. All right, let me get to the ice here right now, and I'm going to go over this big hockey card tonight. Great night for the NHL with, like I said, we got a full slate here tonight. 3 games tomorrow, and then we're on the Olympic break here for 2 weeks in the NHL winter break. All right, we've got one early one here to start us off. 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific time with the Kings taking on the Flyers here in Philly in this one. And let's get it started here. For the Kings right now, they come in here having lost 10 of their last 15 on the road, but they have won 7 of the last 9 years here in Philly. The Kings are under in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Philly's gone over in 4 of their last 5 coming in. The Flyers have dropped 10 of their last 12 overall. They've also lost 5 straight games at home right now. So Flyers in a funk. Kings here. It looks like they're going to have Forsberg in the pipes here going up against Dan Vladar in this one. So let's see here. Kings are 22, 17, and 13. They've won 3 out of their last 4. Philly's on a 3-game losing streak with losses to the Islanders, Columbus, and Boston. Kings have been a terrific road team, no doubt about it here. 14 and 7 on the road. Philly as an underdog, just 13 and 23. And Philly is an underdog certainly here, although I am seeing a few books at a pick 'em right now. So a little bit of caution there. See what you have here in this one. Let me look at the goalie computer as well here. I think want to make sure with Forsberg here, showing some sites might actually have, we should know by now, right? Yeah, it's make sure here. I think we got it with this early start. We should have it already, right? No, we don't yet. Okay. Well, some sites are showing Kemper. I thought it was going to be Forsberg, so we'll just have to see here. I mean, we're only a couple hours away from dropping the puck here. I want to go under. Wish I knew, but I'm going to go under here. Give me the under with the Kings and the Flyers here tonight. Look, the Flyers are definitely an over team. I can't tell you that they're not, although I will say this, that the Flyers are 32 and 21 to the over, and but they're just 14 and 12 to the over at home. That's still a tiny bit over, but when you consider they're 18 and 9 to the over on the road, and you got a Kings team here that is 13 and 14 to the under on the road. I'm going to take the under here at this one. I know it's 5.5 here right there, juice to the over, but give me the under in this one. Okay, here we go with I got here. Public Enemy on the Kings here. Robert, he's on the Kings as well. Gibson ratings show the Flyers here and an under. Philly Eagle Flyer likes Flyers and draw. He also likes the second period over. Blake's going over in this one. And Philly Eagle Flyer liking the over in the first period draw. All right, we're into the next one here at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific time, and a good one at that. Really good game here. Could we see this one be a Stanley Cup Finals preview? Man, this is one of my all-time favorite. I'll still call it a rivalry, but remember back in the day when it was a true rivalry. Avalanche on the road. Take it on. The Red Wings here. Colorado coming in here. Man, what's wrong with Colorado? That's what I would say at this point. Maybe they're just waiting for the break here right now, because they've actually lost 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Just 2 and 4 straight up on the road. Colorado's won 13 of the last 14 meetings between these two teams, and 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here in Detroit. Now, we know Detroit has dramatically improved this season. They've been steadily getting better, but, we know they're an instant contender right now. The way they're going, 32, 17, and 6, although they've lost a couple in a row here right now, too. Washington and LA actually lost 3 of their last 4 overall, so they're not that hot either, although they have won 8 of their last 12 overall and 8 of their last 11 games at home. But what a dominating series for Colorado, even if they only play twice a year. Winning 13 out of the last 14 has been a big time advantage for Colorado. In fact, Sorry, gang. The Wings' only win in this series over the last 7 years came back last season in November, 2-1. It was Detroit winning at home. That's the only win they've had in 7 years against this team. Colorado does come in here 15-6 on the road, but the Red Wings are 18-9 at home. They've been one of the best teams going here of late. They're also an impressive 16-12 as an underdog. But like I said, you might want to consider the heads up. Maybe you don't because they don't play as often, but 13-1, that's big time. Here is Tennessee Martin taking some steam right now in their matchup today. Tennessee Martin taking on Western Illinois. And we're seeing Tennessee Martin was an 8-point favorite. They're up to 9.5 here right now. The steam came in just moments ago on Tennessee Martin. All right, and I'll make my call here in this one between Colorado and Detroit here today in this matchup. And man, that series history might have me a little bit intimidated, it feels like right now, but I'm going to go with the over here in this one with Colorado and Detroit. It looks like goals are expected. I mean, after all, we do have a 6.5 shaded to the under there. And it's not like these teams are going under very frequently right now. In fact, Detroit is 17-11 to the over as an underdog here. So give me the over in this one. All right, here's Mike. He's leaning to the under. R. Tom's on the under. Blake's on the under. Okay, man, I should have looked at the chat first because you guys are on the under and I went over. Fernando likes the Red Wings team total over. Portland State just took some steam right now in their college basketball game today. Portland State was a 4-point favorite, but the steam came in just now, and they're up to 5.5 right here. Portland State taking the steam here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, we're going to keep it moving here on our hockey card tonight. Next up, we've got the Rangers taking on the Penguins at 3:37 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Penguins are going to be a pretty big favorite here, $1.90 here, $2 at home. They're 27-14-11 overall right now. New York comes in 22-27-6. Now we know that the Rangers are that team that does kind of win on the road. I get that, but Penguins are hot here right now. They're on a winning streak and a good one. Penguins have won 5 straight right now. I will say they are 0-5 in their last 5 home games against the Rangers, a team that does win a little bit on the road. You know, they were awesome on the road, but actually they've been struggling here, home or away. Rangers have dropped 5 of their last 6. They've won 8 of the last 11 overall against Pittsburgh. Rangers have gone over in 7 of their last 8 games on the road. Pittsburgh's gone over in 5 of their last 7 overall coming in as well. So, I don't know, the Rangers, like I said, the Rangers are in their best spot, but Pittsburgh is red hot. I'm going to have to just take Pittsburgh on the puck line here. Maybe the Rangers' road success can come back and propel them to victory here in this one. But right now, the Penguins are just playing too well. I'm not going to put much stock into that losing streak against the Rangers, but again, we'll mention, like I said, 5 in a row at Pittsburgh have been won by the Rangers. However, the Penguins did win the last 2 games they've played at the Rangers as well. So they've actually been alternating wins between the 2 teams. So I'm going to take the Penguins on the puck line here. The Rangers just don't look very good right now. And it looks like Spencer Martin might be the man in goal here today. Some of the sites show Quick, but I think it's got to be Martin here in the pipes. All right, a couple comments from the chat here. It's going to be Jordy on the Penguins and also Public Enemy on the Penguins. And Greg Gibson here says 4-3 Red Wings back in that other game. And here he has 3-2 Pittsburgh in this one. All right. Here are the Jets on the road taking on the Panthers. Apparently, there's no line here. What's going on? Okay, what is it? About $1.50, I think. 5.5. Let me see. $1.35. $1.35, maybe 5.5 over 20 right now in the matchup between the Jets and the Panthers. Here we go. Okay, Panthers coming in here. They've lost 2 in a row right now after a winning streak. Florida with losses to Utah and St. Louis. Winnipeg, meanwhile, comes in off of a loss to Tampa Bay. They've actually been playing some tough teams. They lost to Florida, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. They did beat New Jersey in there. The Jets are one of the worst underdogs in the league at 4-16 this season as a dog. Also, Florida. Not a great favorite. 16-21 for Florida as a favorite. No wonder they've had their issues here, but do get Jets team here that's definitely been a little bit up and down, to say the least. Winnipeg has lost 5 of their last 7. They're just 2-11 in their last 13 games on the road here. Florida has dropped 4 of their last 5. They've also gone 2-4 at home in their last 6 against Winnipeg. Winnipeg's actually won 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams here. Can you stomach it and take Winnipeg here in the game against Florida? I know the Sharps are all over Winnipeg here today. Are they going to get this win and stop this Florida team here? You're getting Florida at a massive discount here if you're interested. It feels like at $1.35. I don't know if I can ride with the Sharps in this one. I know they're clearly on Winnipeg here, but I'm just too square to want to take this Winnipeg team at $1.10. But it does seem like the Sharps are all over this Winnipeg team. How can I not roll with the Sharps here? Man, Fairleigh Dickinson is taking some steam here right now. We'll get right back to the proceedings. I want to hear from you in the chat. I think everyone's going to be on Florida at that price. I don't think anyone can pass it up. Fairleigh Dickinson taking the steam here in this one. Against Wagner, it was a pick'em, but now Fairleigh Dickinson is a 2-point favorite, maybe even 2.5 here. All right, I can't do it, man. I cannot do it. I've got to take Florida here at $1.35, maybe even $1.40 in this one. There's nothing that to me that says the Jets are the team in this game, but the Sharps are all over these guys, driving this line down here for some reason. Can't figure these guys out. 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Winnipeg's gone over in 10 of their last 15. This one is another, it reeks to the over for sure here with these two teams. I mean, these two teams are combined 62-44 to the over here. So, man, I need to see the Gibson ratings here because I think this is like a 3-2 Florida. Throw the hands up. I just don't know. This one's got me perplexed. Okay, here we go with your picks in this one. Jets money line for Public Enemy. Fernando's got the over here in this one, says it's heavily juiced there at 5.5 over. R. Thompson's on the over here. Ken Mizrahi says Buffalo is going to win that cup. They're so hot. All right, I think that, man, I've got Florida here. I might be am I public or am I I'm showing $1.45 at stations. It's not exactly cheap, but I promise you the Sharps are on the Jets here. This is one where I'm sure I'm supposed to take the Jets as a pro bettor, but I'm not doing it. All right. Next up, Sharks are on the road taking on the Flames here. And, the Sharks have always struggled against the Flames here of late. We're dealing with a different Sharks. I don't know if we're dealing with a different Flames right now, but the Flames have lost 5 straight once again. They've dropped 6 of their last 7 at home. However, they have defeated the Sharks in 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. San Jose, though, does come in here 10-5 in their last 15 and 8-4 in their last 12 games overall for San Jose. Sharks have gone under in 5 of their last 7. Calgary's gone under in 4 of their last 5. And 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. This one's at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific here in this one. Let's see what you've got here with Calgary and the Sharks. I think I'll still take the under here in this one, just given the tendencies of these two teams here of late. Although, season long here definitely points to the over, I think, but Calgary's just having such trouble scoring here right now. 1 goal in 4 of their last 5 games coming in. Right now, Calgary is still 14-12 to the over at home, but I've got to take the under in this one. All right, and Blake is on the under with me as well. All right. Gotta think the Sharks in that one, don't you, gang? All right, nobody has much, though, on that one, so we'll move on. We've got a half an hour to go before our college basketball show here. And we've got the Hurricanes taking on the Capitals in Washington. Carolina, winners of 2 straight. I think it's Freddie Anderson in there and not Brandon Bussey in here today. But Freddie Anderson is likely here, according to the beat writer here today. And for the Capitals here, I believe it's going to be Clay Stevenson getting the call up here for this one. I've seen Logan Thompson, I think, had a little bit of an injury, so I think they have to shake up the goaltending here and have Clay Stevenson come in here for the Capitals. Here's some quick steam right now with Harvard and Yale. We're seeing some steam to this one on the under with Harvard and Yale right now, and it was 1. Let me get this number straight here.
Halftime.
It was 144. I just didn't have the overnight lines on these Ivy League games here after the play yesterday. So it was 144, but we're seeing the total come down here right now to 143 here with Harvard and Yale steam to the under. Okay. Let me see what you got here, though, in this one with the Hurricanes and the Caps here. Okay, for Carolina here, they're $1.65 favorite in this one. They've won 5 of their last 6 games overall and 4 of the last 5 against Washington. Washington just 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games overall here right now. Carolina's gone under in 5 of their last 6 on the road. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but still Carolina, significant favorite here on the road tonight. Let's see how you have it here. I know where I'm headed. I'm going over in this one with the Canes and the Capitals. Give me the over at 6.5 with the call-up Stevenson here. He's played in the Calder Cup finals before. He's had tastes, I believe, here, so not totally inexperienced or anything, but I'm going to go over in this one. All right. Public Enemy, let's see. Jordy's on the under in this one, and Public Enemy's on the Canes here. All right. Next up, There we go. The Devils are on the road taking on the Senators here. New Jersey comes in 28, 24, and 2. Ottawa, winners of 2 straight right now. Uh, uh, they beat Colorado and BGK in their last 2 games. They're 21 and 31, 21, 31, and 7 overall here. Let's see, what are they? 25, 21 and 7 for Ottawa coming into this one. Their favorite $1.55 here. New Jersey's in off of a win. They are uh, off of a 3-2 win at home against Nashville. New Jersey 28, 24, and 2, as I said, coming into this one for the Devils here in this matchup. They come in having won right now. See here. 12 of 21 games as an underdog for the Devils. So pretty good spot, man. They've been a good underdog this season. New Jersey's won 4 of its last 5 on the road and 6 of its last 9. Overall, they've defeated Ottawa in 7 of the last 10 meetings, including 5 straight wins at home for New Jersey against Ottawa. Ottawa's gone over in 6 of their last 8 coming in and over in 6 of their last 9 games at home. Let's see what you have here with the New Jersey taking on Ottawa here tonight. And we're getting to the halfway point of our card. We've still got a half an hour to go before the college basketball preview show. So make sure you stay tuned here for the guys. And in this one, I got to take another over, you guys. I know I'm Mr. Under, but maybe not tonight. Maybe we're going to salami we've had some unders already. I don't think we can salami this big card, but give me the over here with the Devils and the Senators here. The Senators are 22 and 15 to the over as a favorite. Ken Mizrahi here, he took the Hurricanes in the over. Philly Eagle Flyer here. Oh, he's got some soccer action for us in there. And here's Robert with me on the over in this one. Next up, the Canadians are on the road taking on the Sabres. Wow, look at how this game shaped up. Is this the game of the day here right now? This is the NHL Network game at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific with those Buffalo Sabres, man. They won again last time out 4-1 against the Kings. Even I've tried to go against Buffalo. What am I doing? I mean, I've been with this Buffalo team. But nonetheless, they got the win 4-1 for their 5th straight win for Buffalo. Man, they're back hot again here. Montreal 4-2 in their last 6. Montreal has won 6 of the last 7 meetings in Buffalo and 5 of the last 7 meetings overall between the two clubs. Buffalo's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games at home, 9 of their last 13 overall. Montreal's gone over in 5 of their last 7. They're 21-9 to the over on the road. Buffalo 14-9 to the over as a favorite. Now, I think it's Dobbs and Lyon, but there are some sites with Montembeau in there today. Oh, man, I got to try Buffalo again, you guys. I'll go against Montreal this time. I just tried to go with them last time against Buffalo the other day, last week, and it was 4-2. Buffalo got the win at Montreal. So I'm going to take Buffalo again here in this Adams division matchup. Buffalo also won an earlier meeting in January 5-3 at home. So they've already beat them twice this month. Have the Buffalo Sabres here. I'll take Buffalo here as a small favorite.
Major line.
All right. Fernando may be going over in that last game, I think. Our Thompson's on the over here in this one. Mike likes over in the first period, and Robert's going to go with the Sabres here tonight. And I think it's the game of the night here. Canadians and Sabres. Who'd have thunk it? All right, the Columbus Blue Jackets are going to take on the St. Louis Blues. Here, Columbus, winners of 4 straight right now. Man, these guys are hot. Wins over Dallas, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and Chicago. For St. Louis, meanwhile, they're playing well. They're mired in a slump. I thought they played well in losses to Dallas and LA. Actually, 2 losses to Dallas. They've been playing in some 1-goal games here, giving it their best, but they've been losing. However, they did straighten up their last one with a win over Florida at home here, but still, it's Columbus. It's a hot team coming in here right now. What can you say? Columbus. If it wasn't for Buffalo, we might be talking about Columbus. They've won 8 of their last 9 games coming into this one. They've also beaten the Blue Jackets in 5 straight. St. Louis has lost 5 of their last 6, although they've gone 5-2 in their last 7 games at home. St. Louis has won 12 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams here in Ohio, but that does date back here almost 10 years in that series. So Columbus here, what can you say? They're on a roll right now, and they're about to take one down here, possibly again with Greaves going up against Bennington. Let's see what you've got in this one. Columbus is still 11-22 as an underdog this season, but St. Louis, you could almost throw in the quote unquote, this is rigged in here. St. Louis is 3-13 as a favorite. As a favorite, not with laying a spread or any. They've been favored and lost 13 of 16 games as a favorite. Now, here in this one, they still are a slight favorite, but what an embarrassment that is. What an embarrassment that is, right? Give me the under in this one with Columbus and St. Louis tonight at 6.5. I got to go under here at a 6.5 right now. Let me make sure it's still 6.5. Well, yeah, they're still 6.5 at DraftKings, under 20, 6.5 at a couple of books in Vegas here. Only the sharp books have it at 6. I'm going under in this one. Public Enemies on the Sabres back in that other game. Fernando's on Columbus. Robert's on Columbus as well to keep it going right now. All right, some steam just came in on the Buffalo Bulls in their matchup today with Ohio U. Man, Buffalo, probably the better team here for sure. Spread-wise, even this one's up to 4.5 right now with Buffalo at home in this one. All right, let's keep it moving here right now. We get ready for our college basketball preview show at the top of the hour. I'll leave it to the guys today. I figured out how to manage it. We don't need to rush it through. We didn't even get the hockey plays off. We've got great analysis coming up right now between Mikey and Connor Mack. So you bet we're going to let those guys handle it. And I'll send out my premium plays here within the half an hour. I think I'll be able to type them in. I think I know what I like. So we'll do it that way today, huh? Make sure you're getting my subscribe to me today for sure. Why not get my picks for just 41 cents? I'm going to have plenty of college basketball, probably as many as 3 updates today with, I don't know, 5-7 games in each one here. So let's have a big day in college basketball. This is the time. And this is the place. Get the subscription to winnable.com/Ramon. But the guys will have you some winners here. If you can't afford 41 cents, let's roll with the guys today on the show. All right, here we go. The Maple Leafs are on the road against the Canucks. Let me check the goalies here with Wohl. I think, okay, it could be Wohl here. I actually thought it was going to be one site was showing Stolarz here and Talopolo. The bummer thing here is no Thatcher Demko. That Demko had to have emergency hip surgery. So the Canucks are already terrible, but it's going to be Talopolo or Lankinen here, and I thought it was going to be Stolars here. I'm not sure yet. I don't think it's been confirmed here in this game right now, so we'll see tonight. But let's see what you have here and just roll with it. What we know right now with the Maple Leafs and the Canucks, I think that's what we can do. Toronto, of course, in a big time slump here right now. They've given it all back, and just one of those. Here it is again. Here we are mid-season, and Toronto's in another slump, giving away points for a couple of weeks, and it always hurts them kind of in the end. Gets them in a tough situation in the playoffs where they end up on the road. They've lost 6 straight overall. They've dropped 10 of the last 15 against Vancouver. In fact, Vancouver here has lost 11 of their last 13, 14 at home, and 14 of their last 16 overall coming in. Toronto's gone over in 8 of their last 10, including 5 straight on the road here. Vancouver's gone over in 4 of their last 6, although 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. Vancouver comes in off of a win that snapped a 3-game losing streak when they beat Anaheim last time out 2-0 here. So let's see what you got in this one with Toronto taking on Vancouver here tonight. Hockey night in Canada on Saturday night. I'll go to the chat here and see what you have in this one. Seeing a goal here right now by Mainz over Leipzig, and it's 2-1 Mainz. Okay, here we go. Public Enemy went with the Blues, and that Blue Jackets game over. Greg liked Buffalo there in that last one. I might be going a little fast here. Sorry, you guys. There's also 3-2. Toronto 4-3, the Gibson ratings here. Toucan likes the Leafs in regulation. Public Enemy likes the Leafs on the money line. And our Tops is on the over here in this one between the Leafs and the Canucks. Man, I'm worried about. Look, the Leafs are struggling. I'm taking the Canucks here with Robert. Give me the Canucks tonight here. Watch out, these Leafs. I mean, look, I'll just say this. The Leafs, I'm taking the Canucks. The Leafs better win this one for the Leafs' sake. Look, I can't give any stats here necessarily that would point to Vancouver. I mean, Vancouver's 6-17 at home. They're 14-29 as an underdog, but the Leafs look broken here all of a sudden. Fernando's on the Canucks. Jordy's on the over. Fernando's open for another goal here in the Leipzig game. Watching the 4 games. I'm glad ESPN has these multi-screen there with the German league. All right, some steam just came in on North Dakota State in their matchup today. North Dakota State was an 8-point favorite against South Dakota, but right now North Dakota State is up to a 9-point favorite, maybe even 9.5 right now in that one. All right, we're going to keep it moving here on the Morning Steam Show. And we're almost done with our hockey. And then we'll get the guys in here. All right, the Predators are taking on the Islanders tonight with the Preds. A bit of an underdog here. Sorokin is confirmed in goal. Just saw that one come across the high-speed sports wire here a few moments ago. Nashville comes in here 24-23-6. They've lost 3 straight. The Islanders have won 3 straight with wins here over the Philly, and then they beat the Rangers twice. Nashville, meanwhile, their losses were to Utah, Boston, and New Jersey. These two teams met about 3 weeks ago. It was 2-1 Nashville got the win at home. Islanders 15-9 at home this season. Nashville just 14-23 as an underdog, but I've been betting a lot of Nashville, and I do love Sorokin here. He's kind of been my top goalie here for me this season. I think it's a manageable price. I will say this, the Sharps are all over Nashville here tonight. They love Nashville again, and I might have to I can't keep fading the Sharps here, can I? I'm going to take Nashville. I'm going to take Nashville to snap this streak. Kind of going with the algorithm here a little bit that says take Nashville. My gut is fighting me here to take the Islanders at a discount price, but I'm going to take Nashville. I'm going to trust the Sharps in this one. They haven't been wrong too often on the ice. I've been riding with them, and I did buck them on a matchup earlier on this card, but I'm going to take Nashville here in this one. All right, you guys got some soccer action going in there in the chat, so I'll just move on here on the ice and go to the next one. So we've reached halftime here with Bournemouth leading Wolves 1-0. Some pushing and shoving. These guys think they're tough guys out there, those soccer players. All right, here we go. Why don't you throw down, huh? All right. Here we go with the Stars on the road taking on the Mammoth. Looks like Casey DeSmith and Bemlica here expected in goal tonight. I am showing some sites with Ottinger in goal. It would probably be a difference that we'd want to know about, but nonetheless, you got the Stars here. A little bit of an underdog right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say the Mammoth are definitely the favorite here. They come in 28, 22, and 4, but they've lost 2 of their last 3. Dallas comes in here on a 3-game winning streak with wins over St. Louis twice and BGK. Utah's off of a loss to Carolina, 5-4. Last time out, Dallas is 17-7 on the road this season, 8-5 as an underdog. Meanwhile, Utah 15-7 at home, 21-13 as a favorite here. So pretty decent matchup, it feels like here right now. The way Utah, played pretty well. Yeah, they've had a few L's here along the way, but Dallas trying to get back on track after a big-time slump. But it looks like they've done it here with 3 straight wins. They've won 4 of their last 5 overall. They've also defeated this Mammoth franchise here in 11 of the last 13 meetings overall, but Utah's won 6 of their last 7 at home here right now. Utah 9-3 in their last 12 games coming in. Dallas has gone over in 10 of their last 15 on the road, but under in 6 of their last 9. Utah has gone over in 5 of their last 6, although 5 of the last 7 in this series have gone under. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm willing to make a bet on it. And let's see what you got here in this one between Dallas and the Mammoth here. I'm going to take the Mammoth in this one at home against Dallas. Give me Utah to keep it going here right now. Although, like I said, Dallas might be just slightly hotter right now over the last couple of games, but definitely trusting what Utah's done here all season long, especially at home. They are going up against one of the best road teams in the league in Dallas for sure, but I'm going to take Utah. So is Robert. So is our Tom. Spilly Eagle Flyers on the Stars, but Public Enemies on Utah, so I think we're on Utah for the most part in this one. Next up, we've got the Wild taking on the Oilers here. NHL action for Saturday night. The Oilers $1.35 at home here in this matchup. It looks like Gustafsson and Tristan Jarry in the pipes here. This one seems a little more confident. For Minnesota, they've won 2 straight here. They're 31-14-10. The Oilers have won 3 straight. Looking pretty good with wins over Washington, Anaheim, and San Jose. Minnesota, though, 15-8 on the road. Another one of those successful road teams. They're also 13-9 Uh, as an underdog, all the struggles that Edmonton have, same thing every year, right? A little bit of struggle out the gate, and now they're getting it going and starting to roll. It feels like a little bit right now with this winning streak, and they're also 15-8 at home now this season. Edmonton's won 5 of their last 7. They've also won 4 of their last 6 at home. Problem is, the Minnesota Wild actually dominate the series against the Oilers. They've won 13 of the last 17 games between these two teams. And here in Edmonton, Minnesota's gone 15-4 against the Oilers in the last 19 games between these two teams. Unbelievable. Edmonton can't handle this club. And I got to take Minnesota as well in this one. Also, not just because of that, but look, Edmonton, they're still down 3.5 units at home this season, while Minnesota's up 3.5 units on the road. So I'm going to take the Wild to win this one on the road against the Oilers tonight. Let's see what you're going to do in the chat. It's Fernando on the Wild. R. Thompson's on the over. Bobby Mack is on the over as well. Robert likes the Wild. And I've got one steam move to report on here. It's between UAB and North Texas in this matchup. And we see here that steam is coming in here on this one on the over here in this one between UAB and North Texas. Interesting to note. I was doing a show last night and I touted the under in that game. So I guess there's my pick in that one with UAB and North Texas. But steam coming in on the over here right now. It was 139 up to 140 and a half here. It looks like right now maybe up in 141. Steam to the over. I was on a show last night. I did say take the under, but okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, we got one more on the ice, and then the show's over. Get you ready here in just about 7 minutes, T-minus 7 minutes. It's Mikey Money. It's Connor Mack coming up here in short order. Did see one higher just over the last couple of minutes with the Bills, I think, just named a quarterbacks coach. We've already seen some other maneuvering by the Bills, and man, can the Raiders, are they going to go with Clint Kubiak? I think it's feeling like they are. I tried to bury Kubiak's chances yesterday, but apparently they will end up here likely with Clint Kubiak, I guess. Okay, let's go to it here. Our last game on the ice. We've got all 14 of these games here today. And last but not least, we've got the Kraken taking on the Golden Knights here in Vegas tonight. Golden Knights are $2 favorite, total 6.5, it looks like, here in this one. How about that? For Vegas here, they do come in having lost 5 of their last 6 games coming in. Seattle's won 4 of their last 5 coming in. So Seattle might be live here. They've won 3 straight. Vegas has lost 3 straight coming in. Vegas with consecutive losses here to Ottawa, Montreal, and Dallas. Meanwhile, Seattle with wins over New Jersey, Washington, and Toronto. Seattle has lost 5 straight meetings in Las Vegas. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone under. However, Vegas has gone over in 4 of their last 5 and 7 of their last 10 games on the road. I think it's Grubauer for sure for Seattle, but not sure about what Vegas has in store. It could be Schmidt. It could be Hill. I'm leaning Schmidt, but see some sites with Hill in there. Wish I knew because I want to take the under, but I'm still going to grab the under in this one and hope for the best here at 6.5 shaded to under at -1. 630 or so. I am also seeing some 6 overs out there. So I'll call it 6 under 30. Maybe I'm 6 under 35 here, but I'm going to go with the under in this one between the Kraken and the Golden Knights here on Saturday night. All right, and any comments here from the group? No, not really. That's going to do it for the show. The guys will have you covered in college basketball. If you want my college basketball, you're going to have to subscribe. That's just the way it's going to be here on the Saturday. And I don't mind that because we're going to get a great preview with the guys covering some of the biggest games in college basketball today. I'm not privy to their matchup sheet, what they're going to preview, but you got to figure. I don't want to be wrong, but BYU and Kansas is a hot one today. I got to figure that one's in there. Probably what else? Tennessee and Georgia, maybe Ohio State and Wisconsin. If you're thinking about the biggest games in the individual conferences today, maybe NC State and Wake could be on their target list as well. And I have a feeling that San Diego State and Utah State might make the card there today. Can San Diego State win again in a place that's so tough to play? Let's do the drawing right now and get out of here. Make way for the guys. There's some picks on that last game. Jordy's on the Kraken. Fernando's on the Kraken. I might be on some Kraken too. All right, that's going to do it for the morning steam. Let's do the drawing, and we'll get on out of here. Let's hear from Mikey Money. Got to tell you about Winnable, because if you're going to get my basketball plays, you're going to have to be hooked up with me today on Winnable.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Okay, here comes the drawing. Also, I'll have a UFC card today on Winnable as well. But hey, if you want my plays, you could just watch our show tonight. I always give out my pick before each fight. So that's one way to get them too. But you got to watch the show with Mikey and Jeff and I tonight with the UFC. And again, that card starts tonight at I want to say 5:15 Eastern, 2:45 Pacific. I think we're scheduled to come on at 4:45 Eastern, maybe a little bit after that with the card today. Card's kind of a slow starter. They got some of the road to the UFC finals on this card today before they start to get into some of the big ones. Here.
Final.
All right, here we go with the drawing, and then the show's over. Thanks
Final.
for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Let's see who's going to win 1 month of plays. If you'd like, you use the promo code WINNER after your name is selected here, and you'll be signed up. And then after 1 month, D-Money's got it. There's D-Money. There's the D-Money fam. Hello to D-Money's fam out there. And if D-Money wants, he can sign up over at winnable.com. Use the promo code WINNER to get those premium picks. All right, the guys are up next. Stay tuned for a great college basketball preview show with Mikey Money, Connor Mack. They'll go over the biggest games today in college basketball. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam and for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. See you tomorrow with more Morning
Steam. Break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the